Hello guys and welcome to this tutorial. As you can see, I had opened the Xcode from previous tutorial. So in the previous tutorial we had just created a table view controller and assigned two classes, one for the UI table view controller and the second was for the cell. Alright, then we had created variable of type ns mutable array, then created a function to retrieve data from parse using pf query. Alright, there is one more thing before we can start. I had a mistake with the spelling the timeline, so I fixed it. I changed the spelling from the variable, then pasted here, then paste it here and paste it here and paste it here. So if you fixed the spelling here, you can see that all these will have error because they are different in different spelling. Alright, so let's get started. In this tutorial we are going to set up the storyboard. So we have to add element from UIKit framework such that UI label, photo, and that's it. Alright, before you do that, please go and resize the cell to 200 or keep it 100 will be enough. Alright, then go and drag label. This label will have the username. This label will have the description. Alright, then the third will have the date and time. Set the width to 200, the username too. Alright, the username should be bold. Alright, so just keep it in dark gray color. Alright, then go to font to change the font to system bold. Alright, then go and select and set it to 15. Alright, the description will be 14 and the color is light gray. No, it's too light. Let's keep it like this. Alright, also bold. Alright, the last one, resize it to 13. The color is light. Alright, because it's I take this from a human resource guideline from Apple, so make sure you have all these set up to match human resource guidelines or your app will be rejected. Alright, then we need a profile image, so we drag UI image view and resize it to, so let's see, 80 by 80. Alright, when you have done this, go to assistant editor. select the cell, then go to automatic to manual Twitter folder, then choose Twitter cell. We have to create outlets. If you don't know how to create outlets, please go back to UIKit framework. That will help you to know how to learn what I mean. All right. Select control and drag. Let's name it profile of type UI image strong. Connect. All right. The second one, the label, username, then the content, then the time and date. Alright, some of you will ask me, how could be an UI label be formatted to date or time? I'm going to say that we are going to use a code to calculate the date and time from the system and display it in each cell. So this UI label will format it to date and time. So don't worry about that. Don't rush yourself, alright? We are going to slowly, step by step, simple as I could, alright? So go back. Alright, we have connect our cell elements. Now what else? Alright, select these. Alright, then go to here. We have auto layout issues. As you can see that I didn't teach you how to fix auto layout issues. So in our case, we are going to do it an easy way. All right, the easiest way, but it will not work all the time because you have to think about it, because the system it doesn't know what you want exactly. All right, if you click the auto layout issues, you have two sections. The first section was select view. If you select the view, you can play with here. If you select all of them, you can play here. All right, we have 4 options. One of them, update frame, add missing constraints, reset to suggested constraints, clear constraints. All right, what we are going to choose is add missing constraints. All right, what we'll do, it will automatically define missing constraints, so it will fit the all screens in all devices. All right, I will make a tutorial because I forgot this. Sorry about that. I'll make a tutorial about auto layout and constraints. It's so easy, but you have to think about it. All right, so this is the easiest way. Sometimes it works, sometimes you need to add another constraints, because sometimes the system doesn't know what you mean about missing constraints. All right, I'm so tired, sorry about that. After we deal with this, go to cell to check that all of them are connected. All right, so these are connected to the view. Go to Twitter and scroll down. delete these comments because we don't need it until here. Leave this function and override the comment. This function we need it to configure the cell. Alright, go back to storyboard and select the cell. Alright, go to identity and Altitude Inspector and copy the identifier. Go back to Twitter class, then paste it here and reuse identifier. Alright, so after that, make changes in the constant. So the cell will be of type Twitter cell. Alright, copy it and paste it here because you have a constant which of type Twitter cell that has identifier in the table view at index, so that constant will be as Twitter cell. Alright, this is what this means in this line of code. Alright, delete this comment. Alright, the second thing you have to specify how many sections in the table view. In our case we have only one, so return 1. The number of rows in section we have to calculate the rows in section, so we can't specify the correct answer because these rows will increase by the time. Alright, so how we can specify the number? It's real easy. As you see that we had created variable of type immutable array. So in arrays you can return the count of the element inside this array. Alright, so go to the function number of rows in section and you will return timeline, right, dot count. You can see that count of type integer, and immutable array has a property of type count. So Xcode or Swift will do the rest, do the counting using functions existing in the UI kit or something like this. Alright, so they make it easy for you. Just use timeline.count. Don't use any function. You don't have to use any functions so far. Right? And that's it for this tutorial. We just created, we had just set up these functions and set up the storyboard. So see you to the next tutorial.